right, so how are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there. So I know you just had a birthday, right?
Yeah, I did. Turn 25.
What did you do to celebrate?
I traveled. I
You
went
tr-
to Italy. We had a EuroLeague game, so I really
okay.
couldn't celebrate too much the way I wanted to.
Well, you know what? You still have, I guess, whenever you guys get a break. But congrats on being re-signed with the Dream. That was big
Thank you.
news.
Thank you. Very good news.
How do
Very
you
good
feel?
news. Say that again.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, it's another opportunity for me to show my gift to the world and be able to help the dream as much as I can. Especially with Angel gone now, for the season. A lot of people have to step up, and I think that I've been given the second opportunity to actually step up and show more of my versatility on the court for this upcoming season.
Cool. So what have you been doing in the meantime? I know you're in Poland right now, right? Playing with the Polish
Yes.
team. So, in respect to that, with playing with them, what else have you been doing along with that to prepare for this upcoming season?
Just really like getting some other shots up, outside of just practicing. Getting in the gym as much as I can, and making sure I'm staying healthy, eating healthy. I have my moments of eating sweets here and there, but I try to maintain my body as much as I can and remain healthy as much as I can, keeping my body up and just making sure mentally, I'm staying there and I stay hungry no matter what.
Yeah, you seem like you're doing a good job of it. 16.9 points per game, 4 rebounds a game. Like, how does that feel? Those are bigger numbers than what you put up your rookie season last year. What's been like the biggest change that you've made other than staying healthy, like you said, that's helping to increase with those numbers? Is it confidence? Is it
Yeah, it's a confidence thing, and after the this past season, I wanted to make sure that I looked over what I could get better at,
Mhm.
and I wanted to work on those things here. So then, if I was provided the second opportunity, I'd be able to show how much that I've grown, with that second opportunity. So, just staying focused at all times. I'm very strong in my faith, and talking with my parents about what God can do for me, and as long as I stay focused and leave everything in His hands, everything will turn out the way that I want it to.
so? Along those lines, what was the hardest part? Because last year was your rookie season, right? So, what was the
Mhm.
hardest part transitioning from college to the WNBA?
I mean, for me, I don't think it was that difficult. Because the tempo of the game, I love the tempo of the game.
Hmm.
I mean, it was a pretty fast paced, very competitive, and a lot of contact, and I like playing like that. I think just the bigger thing was just the mental aspect of it because it is, my actual job. In college, you got so many different things that
Yeah.
you're doing at once. You got school and
Hmm.
playing basketball and things like that. But now this is your job. This is what you do on a daily basis. Like there's no other things going on. And I think having a stronger mental state to be able to travel and play, as well as balancing outside things, with family and stuff like that. I think that's just the biggest part I had to adjust to was just the mental aspect and making sure I was paying a little more attention to detail than what you would, in college and things like that. Because in the professional world, they're not going to tell you what you need to
Right.
do. It's already expected of you. So just that, I think that part was the biggest thing that I had to adjust to.
I know you mentioned Angel McCaughtry's leave of absence earlier in our conversation. How has that impacted you and the team, and what kind of role do you expect to play in this upcoming season?
I mean, the coaches expect me to, shoot the ball, and for me, it's just a matter of like I said earlier, being confident in what I
Hmm.
can do, and not just shooting the ball, but in every aspect of the game, whether it be on defense or getting a rebound and taking charges and things like that. It could be any way, in any shape or form I can help the team, no matter what they tell me. I'm going to do everything that I can, no matter if my role is just shooting the ball. I want to do a little bit more because I know the expectation is for me to shoot, but I know the expectation would be my expectation is a little bit higher than just that because I know I need to do more.
Did you expect that announcement from her, and have you talked to any of your teammates about it? How do you guys feel about it on like a personal level?
I mean, I when she did say something about it, I reached out to her and I was telling her how much I appreciated her for taking me under her wing and
Hmm.
just to be alongside her last season. and seeing the kind of, work ethic that she had and the mentality that she had going into every game, I looked up to that, when it came to the basketball aspect. And I hadn't really talked to anybody about it too much because it's really, her decision.
Yeah.
And this year, like I said before, it's just a matter of who's going to step up. Nobody's going to replace her. Let's put it like that. Nobody's going to replace her. But as long as the other people who are here remember their roles and step up and give something a little more and a little extra, it's actually going to help because it's going to show her, okay, well, we got her back even though she's not here. She's a big part of it, but there's other people here that can do everything that they can to make sure that that position is still filled as if she's not gone at all.
Right. So we have me and Evan over here. We're talking about your nickname, Speedy, and I thought you got it from Pat Summitt, your former head coach from Tennessee. We're both not sure, so we just said we're just going to ask you where you got that nickname from.
Okay, so and that's a good question because so many other people will have said that nickname came from her, but it didn't.
Okay.
it came from my AAU coach, Carissa Davis Wrightsville, and when she first said it, she used to always say like, "You're like Speedy Gonzalez," and at that time, when she first said it, I was in my mind. I was like, I kind of like that nickname. And ever since then, she had continued to say it. And then when I started being recruited by Tennessee and Holly and Dean Lockwood coming to the games in the summertime during the AAU, they started picking up on it, and that's when it carried on to her. And then she started calling me that. So I think it's just because of who she was. And in the forum that she was in, that people started to pay attention that it was just her, but it came way, way before her.
But I just thought of something when you were talking about AAU on the road, traveling and playing with the Polish team, coming from the WNBA to overseas. Do you ever get tired, a little jet lagged when you travel? Because this is year round for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's, to be honest, because I've gotten used to it, it's kind of like a second nature to me where my body automatically adjusts to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe like when I first got here, of course, you're traveling 10 hours, on a plane and stopping and the time difference. Of course, the first week is going to be, it's terrible. Like my jet lag it gets terrible. Yeah. But after a while, I get used to it. Most of the time I try to stay out in the sun because it'll keep me awake instead of being like in dark rooms and stuff like that to where I get even more tired and drained. So, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of getting used to it now. I mean, this is, like I said, it's my job, so it's only right for me to get used to it.
How many games on average do you guys play a week?
Right now we're playing 2 because we have EuroLeague. We're in EuroLeague and we're in the Polish League, so it's 2 games a week.
Are you learning any languages from your teammmates? Like, is it an international team? Like, or is it only Polish people?
Let's see. I have one teammate from Chile. I have a teammate from Spain, a teammate from Belgium, and then I have another American teammate.
Okay.
But my coach speaks Spanish, so it's pretty interesting because I can understand it a little bit, but I can't respond, to it because I've been around in San Antonio. You hear so much Spanish. So I'm kind of like used to hearing it, but the Polish language, that's probably the most difficult language to learn.
Really? More than Chinese?
Or I wouldn't say more than Chinese, but when you're here and you're hearing certain words, you're like, man, like, okay, I don't think I'd ever be able to pronounce that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you have a degree in psychology, right?
Yes.
Do you ever find yourself using that to communicate with your teammates or better understand them or, anything like that? Like, do you ever use your degree in your everyday life?
Honestly, I do that. I really do because not that I do it on purpose, but because I've learned so much in college for 4 years, it's kind of like it helps me understand how, not so much about them, but it helps me understand how I can respond, to people. And by that, it's just like, okay, well, I can understand why this happened, or maybe I need to go and talk to this person in order for them to understand where I'm coming from because I feel a certain way and they're acting, a little different. And I'm like, okay, I can't understand right now. But now I still have that tendency, and it's just crazy. But it helps a lot, though.
Yeah.
It really helps.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not going to hold you up too much. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit, see how you are doing. I'm glad that you're staying healthy. I'm Tabitha, by the way. You'll be seeing my face a little bit more. So please stay healthy. I'm excited about this season. I'm excited to see you learn some Polish and come back and teach me something.
I'll think about it if I can. I'll pick up something.
Okay, well, you have a good night. Get some rest, okay? And thank you so much for taking out the time to do this with us today.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye, Meighan.
Bye.
See ya.